Boruto TBV Chapter 7 is officially out. Boruto defeated Mitsuki with almost no effort. Shikamaru knows about Naruto being alive and the omnipotence. Also, Jura has finally made his move. Without further delay, let's jump right into the chapter. The title of the chapter is The Whereabouts of the Sun. Mitsuki is on the cover page. At the start of the chapter, we see Mitsuki's monologue explaining the need for a son in his life. Also, this monologue suggests his doubts about the sun, as we have seen in Chapter 1. Even Boruto says the same thing to Mitsuki, that he has lost hope and is desperate. Then we come back to the Boruto vs Mitsuki fight. Boruto throws shuriken, Mitsuki deflects them, and one of them gets stuck in a tree. Mitsuki attacks with snakes. Boruto dodges a few, but when he was about to get hit, he teleported to shuriken on the tree using flying Raijin. While hanging on to the tree, Boruto asks Mitsuki, "Where is Kawaki?" But Mitsuki replies, "That's irrelevant because he is here." Shikamaru explains to Boruto that Mitsuki has put Kawaki to sleep using snake venom. On the next page, Mitsuki confirms that Boruto's power level is way above Kawaki. Although Mitsuki is unreliable narrator, but he probably trained with Kawaki for the last 3 years. And Kishimoto uses other characters to power scale characters, like Shikamaru disregarding code by saying he is stronger than Jigen but weaker than Ishiki. Coming back, Boruto replies that if Kawaki doesn't stand a chance, neither do you. Boruto is trying to avoid fighting Mitsuki. Mitsuki continues. He left behind Kawaki so that he could go all out. Mitsuki uses striking shadow snakes, but these snakes turn into Sage Mode snake clones, which surprise Boruto. These snake clones use more snakes. Boruto replies, "More is not better. You are just destroying the environment." Boruto has found a new love for trees since Sasuke became one. Mitsuki asks Boruto to just die already. Boruto replies he can't as he has a ton of things to do, and doesn't have time to play around. And Boruto finally goes offensive and draws his sword, cloaks it with purple lightning, and destroys the clones. Once cut down, clones turn back into snakes. The last clone tries to use kunai, but Boruto finishes it. Mitsuki's response was accurate. "What a monster!" Mitsuki uses snake lightning, and Boruto counters it with a thunderclap arrow, which creates a huge explosion, and in the smoke, Boruto puts his sword on Mitsuki's neck. Mitsuki undoes the Sage Mode and says, "Go ahead." Boruto replies, "You think you are ready to die, but in fact you have lost hope. You are believing in something that you no longer trust." Meanwhile, Shikamaru asks Ino to pick up on Mitsuki's voice, but Ino refuses, as Mitsuki might hear them as well, so they can hear only Boruto talking. Mitsuki calls Boruto a grudge-bearing traitor, but Boruto withdraws his sword and says, "I know the whereabouts of your Sunday," and says, "I'm your son. It's that simple," which pisses off Mitsuki. He again traps Boruto with a snake. Boruto is unbothered by it, and says why the snake has not attacked me yet. Mitsuki replies that you could have many ways escape. But Boruto says, "I know you realized quite back then that Kawaki is not the sun. No matter how close you get, Kawaki can't illuminate you." Boruto continues, "It's natural to be confused, yet you know the truth because you should be able to decide what it takes to be your son." Mitsuki withdraws the snake and asks, "Who are you, Boruto?" Boruto says, "I have no intention of killing Kawaki, but I will settle this fight between brothers." Mitsuki asks, "Why did you kill Lord Seventh?" Boruto reveals that Naruto is alive and well, and he was about to say mom but says Hokage's wife. He can't even call his own mom. Shikamaru and Ino also heard this. Boruto says to Mitsuki, "I believe you are capable of shining on your own, but if you need a son, come to me anytime." Ino is shocked, and Shikamaru asks Boruto to get alone so that they can talk. Meanwhile, Kawaki wakes up, and he knows Mitsuki poisoned him. Boruto tells Shikamaru about Ida's omnipotence and exposes Kawaki's desire for role reversal and obsession with Naruto's safety. But the interesting part Boruto revealed was that they'll forget about omnipotence, as that's how it works. Sarada and Sumire have already told him this, but they have forgotten it. So in order to break the omnipotence, they absolutely need to believe in what Boruto, Sarada, and Sumire are saying. And Shikamaru figuring it out on his own is impressive. Although we know Amato pushed him to get to this realization, as I said in my previous video. Boruto confirms there is no way of reversing the omnipotence, and it won't solve the problem as Kawaki himself can unseal Naruto. Shikamaru says if he were in place of Boruto, he would have saved Naruto and killed Kawaki. But Boruto says he wants to fight him and again make up, because that's what his dad, Naruto, would have done. Shikamaru replies, "If you don't want to kill Kawaki, then you have to remain a wanted criminal." as omnipotence is connected with Kawaki, they can't expose Kawaki yet. We get another cool full page of Boruto, and Boruto says, "Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't expecting otherwise." We transition to Jura, who is reading books and says if anything the knowledge reveals is his own ignorance. Hidari, Sasuke's divine tree, is also there. On the last page, Jura says that the answer to his questions is not in these books. So let's pay a visit to Naruto Uzumaki, which is exactly what Jigen said when he visited Kawaki. Also, he is implying that he can visit the Daikokutin dimension. This is another hint that Jura is formed after Jigen or Ishiki's chakra, as I have said many times. This is it for the chapter. This was another banger chapter. Comment below with your thoughts on the chapter, on omnipotence erasing the concept of omnipotence from the memories of the victims, and whether Jura can go to Kawaki's Daikokutin dimension, and Boruto being this overpowered at the start of the time skip. Also, watch my previous videos, like and share the video, subscribe and ring the bell if you don't want to miss any videos. We will meet in the next one. Peace.